Last time on the American Crappie Trail, day one saw the team spread out over the 140 miles of fishable waters on Kentucky Lake, finding plenty of cookie cutter 1-pound fish. The top 10 was reserved for teams who were able to find those 1 1/4 to 1 3/4 white crappie. It was the team of Richard and George Hughes in third with 8.59 pounds, Steve Ferguson and Frank Finley in second, and the SuperClean B'n'M team of Ronnie Capps and Steve Coleman in first with 9.1 pounds. The field is very tight, with the opportunity for many teams to move up if they can find that 1.5 pound class fish. Who will take home the new Ranger RT-188C? Find out as SuperClean presents the American Crappie Trail here on Kentucky Lake, Tennessee.
You know, Kentucky Lake, when it gets tough like that, or any lake, you know, weights are always stacked, you know, and it's a lucky bite most of the time.
There's a lot of 8 and 9/10 of a pound fish here, and most everybody's filling out with those, but it really is the kickers that makes the difference in the weight. So 1 or 2 big bites. Boy, it's hard to get a big old fish to bite in 4-foot white Capps too, so hopefully Bill will do it or not, we'll see.
Oh man, we gotta get 2 studs in the boat. 2 2-pounders would be nice. 851 yesterday. It's gonna be a tough day to duplicate that with the wind. The wind's gonna pick up and gonna blow a lot harder than it is now. It's already blowing probably 10 right now, and that river's gonna be rough, and we're fishing out wide, and it's definitely gonna be a factor for us on the river.
Hopefully we can get what we had yesterday. Hopefully those fish will still be there. The storm last night just got me worried. A lot of wind, a lot of lightning. So it's a new day. Let's get it on.
I think the thunder and lightning fish, it was up shallow. I say it'll move them a little bit.
Fishing is really tough. We had a full moon this, first of the week, and willow fly hatches, a lot of things going on with the lake. We're going to fish a little bit deeper today, a little bit different than the way we did yesterday.
Well, Matt, Kentucky Lake was mean last night, but it's pretty nice today. What do you think it's going to do to the fishing?
You know, Championship Saturday is a wide open contest. These guys have every opportunity to win it. Capps and Coleman have got a very, very narrow margin.
Right.
However, when you're multi-pole fishing, you're worried about the wind and the weather. There's gonna be a squall line of storms come through 2 times today. It's anyone's tournament to win.
You know, 30% of our field right now has the chance to win this thing. I can't wait to see what the weigh-in's gonna be like.
Absolutely. Whatever you do, you stay tuned right here on American Crappie Trail. You're gonna see some good fish, some great techniques. You don't wanna miss it.
Last night, the storm blew through at about 7 o'clock with some 70-mile-an-hour winds, and that was an experience. That really roughed it up some. I'm sure this water was turned over pretty good with that wind, and there was lightning after lightning after lightning. I mean, I know our campsite was out of power till close to 11, 12 o'clock last night. So I think a lot of people in the area were out of power. So pretty powerful storm. Probably the strongest straight line winds I've ever experienced. It's bad enough I got in my truck instead of staying in the camper.
It's one of the most severe storms I've ever seen. I mean, I have a place on the lake, and I promise you, I've never seen waves like that. Never. Well, my big thoughts was how we're gonna charge the boat with no power. You know, we fished hard all day, had a severe storm come through last night, knocked the power out in the entire area pretty much. And luckily, my power came back on about 1 in the morning, so got 4 or 5 hours on the boat, you know, charge time.
We were at dinner when the storm came through, and we went back to our lodge and realized that electricity was out. Well, about 10:30 it still wasn't on, so we couldn't gamble with it. We went ahead and booked a hotel room about 45 minutes from where we were, because everything was sold out. Power companies had already booked them up, repairing the tornado damage. They had tornadoes north of us. So we went and stayed in the hotel and drove back down this morning. Got a little bit of a late start, just because everything was thrown together.
As anglers assess the state of the bite after last night's monster storm, who will maximize the calm before the storm today? Find out on the American Crappie Trail.
For every hour I spend fishing, I spend countless hours off the water, managing tackle, taking care of my truck and boat. It's Times I'm on the road for 6 weeks straight. With Lucas Oil Products, I know my truck is always ready so I can stay on the road and focus on the water. Lucas Oil, made in America, sold to the world.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Clean up your toughest messes super easy, super fast. Only SuperClean is formulated to do the work for you. Just spray it on and watch the grease and grime wash away. SuperClean is the only cleaner degreaser that is scientifically formulated to kick any mess to the curb, so you can move on to more important things. For all of your greasiest, grimiest, toughest tasks around the house, shop, or garage, SuperClean gets the job done. SuperClean. Super easy, super fast.
B&M Poles, the #1 crappie pole company in the world. More tournament wins than any other crappie pole. BNMPoles.com. The American Crappie Trail is brought to you by Lucas Oil Marine Products. Made in America, sold to the world. General Tire. Anywhere is possible. Ranger Boats. Driven to dominate. Evinrude. The official engine of the American Crappie Trail. Banded. Just Go. And these other fine sponsors.
Well, we got the first hour behind us, and we got one that we need in the boat. This wind's giving us a little break right now. I don't know how we got lucky enough to get that blessing, but we was expecting it to get harder, but actually it's laying down for us, so it's definitely going to help catching these fish right here. There's some tough ones to catch, and there's some big fish in this bed. We're not fishing many beds anymore. We're really fishing about 10 spots maybe, where we used to fish 50 in a day's time, just because we are so much more fine-tuned with the electronics, and you can pick out these big fish real easy. It's just a matter of getting them on the hook, so it's paid off for us yesterday. We can see what happens today. We're looking at about 4 fish right now, and one of them's on the outside of the bed, and that's where I like them. They're usually ready to eat when they're on the edge or on the top. Fish that's embedded down in the bed, man, they sometimes tough to catch, but got one right here on the edge. Hope he'll bite. We don't. That's sweet. Look at the bit. Here you go. Get the net. Get the net. Hurry. Yeah. Get the fish, Stevie. Hold on. Dip him up. You got him? We got him. No, I can tell you. It might not have been pretty, but we got him. It's amazing to see what just happened. We didn't do a very good job handling the landing net there and getting them in the boat, but when that one fish took off at Stevie's bite, at his bait, he triggered another one. He followed right behind him. It's just like they were trying to race to get the bait. Caught two at one time. We did the same thing yesterday. This is about 1.25 pound fish. This is well over 1 pound too. Pound 30. Yeah. Pound 30, 40. Anything over 1 pound is big fish. Got scored big right there. So that's 3 we got. $7.25 championship Saturday here. It's been a little bit slower today for us. There's still time. I think we either got our 7 fish or real close to it right now. Bite's picking up though. When we first got here, it was there wasn't a bite at all. So we had, I think, 846, and we're sitting in 6th place right now. I would say you'd have to have a 10-pound string today, because Capps and them, they're going to come in with what they had or better. Just from what I'm seeing this morning, the quality of fish that we're catching, I don't think we could pull that one off. But we're spider rigging with B'n'M Capps Coleman series rods, 16 foot in length. B'n'M double minnow rigs, the 1/2 ounce. And then we're using Rockport Rattler. I'm using a orange head with a orange bait. That actually, it's kind of weird that the water's clear and I've been catching fish off of that. It's a lot clearer than like Mississippi lakes or Oxbow lakes that we fish with an orange and chartreuse bait. But for some reason, you get it in those stake beds and those fish will hit that bait. But I think it has to do with, I think the eyes on that Rockport Rattler makes a big difference.
We are 44 minutes in the boat. With our travel time, though, we've got 20 minutes of fishing, and we've got one fish in the boat that's not big enough to 0.6. We typically spider rig. We like spider rigging. And yesterday we started off with multiple poles, but we're not stake bed fishermen. We like to fish stumps, and it's a little easier to fish up to a stump than it is stake beds, and we caught ourselves getting our lines in the stake beds and maybe spooking the fish, so we went down to one rod and were able to identify the fish. Where are you at? Where are you at? No, it ain't. Man, that's a little better, 0.7. How cool is that? You catching whites and blacks. This sucker better be out of this live well soon.
Don't go anywhere. More fishing action is up next on the American Crappie Trail.
As an angler on the American Crappie Trail, the RTD saves us tons of time, and time is money. High wind, low light, works every time.
Official line threading device of the American Crappie Trail.
Here's the future of rod threading, the RTD from erupt fishing. Quit wasting time and start stringing line with the RTD.
We put the Rockport Rattler to a real test. 2 champion anglers using 4 rods with the competition jigs against 4 rods using the Rockport Rattler. The result, the Rockport Rattler outfished the competition 10-1.
Rockport Rattler, gray head.
His patented rattling jig contains a rattling chamber in the body of the jig. The rattle is amplified by using water as a conductor.
Rockport Rattler.
Making fish hear it at much greater distances. Just like a dinner bell for fish.
If you don't have a Rockport Rattler, you ain't catching crappie.
Launching a Ranger aluminum boat that's cut full of holes may sound a little crazy, but with so much closed-sail foam inside, it's easy to see the added safety and stability. It's a huge confidence booster, especially with so much quality inside, along with ever-new D-Tech's unrivaled performance and 300 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance. Ranger aluminum is built to excel and priced to be yours.
Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech. For over 30 years, Lucas Oil has provided the very best products for the land and sea. From this success stems another amazing product from the Lucas Marine lineup, Lucas Slick Mist Marine Speed Wax. Just spray it on and wipe it off. Lucas Marine Speed Wax will make your boat look brand new and provide great UV protection. Apply Lucas Marine Slick Mist to wet and dry surfaces, in sunlight or shade. It's ideal in both fresh and saltwater application and prevents hard water deposits. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
The American Crappie Trail is brought to you by B'n'M, quality performance and service for over 70 years. Super clean, super easy, super fast, super clean. Angle coolers, the original high-performance cooler. Power pole, swift, silent, secure. Lucas Oil Outdoor Line, superior protection, superior performance. And these other fine sponsors. Welcome back to the American Crappie Trail. The team of England and Williams are currently tied for fourth. They had a rough time getting to their spots this morning with the high winds.
We were actually contemplating trailing around because of the wind, and I actually talked him into coming down, and it was a little rougher than we thought. So we come around underneath the bridge, and another boat had to check up, and when he did, forced us to stop. Took a 2-footer over the bow, put about maybe 4 foot of water in the boat. We got that settled, got my nerves calmed back down. We come on in here and fixed all of our broken lines and got to fishing. Luckily, we've caught a few. The wind's kind of forcing us to stay behind this little wind block here. And we actually went by it thinking maybe we'll go hit another spot first, and then we just too rough, so forced us back in here. But little shelter, a few fish, maybe we can make something out of it. Not a bad start.
Fishing here in Cane Creek, we've got a better bag than we had yesterday. We think we may be knocking 8 pounds. I really haven't got back there and weighed them too well yet, but I spent practicing here, I think on Wednesday. Spent probably 3.5, 4 hours in here just trying to mark every piece of structure I could possibly mark. This morning, what's been working for us, we've got red. I've got a 1/8 ounce Rockport Rattler head with a slab magnet made by Crappie Magnet in black and chartreuse. Dad's fishing the double cross red head that Crappie Magnet makes, and he's fishing with the black and chartreuse slab magnet too. So you'll see we're kind of still old school. I'm not running 360, I'm not running live scope. What we'll do, we find this structure, we mark it with our GPS, we'll circle back, we'll toss a buoy fairly close to it, then I just come up and find it on this graph up front. And we are vertical fishermen, so we fish straight over our structure. On occasion, we may toss out and swim jigs back, but the majority of the time we're fishing straight vertical underneath the boat. So we've got a lot of ground to make up. We know we need about a 9.5, 10-pound bag today, and we need about 2 big kicker fish right now the way it stands. So hopefully we can get them before the day's up, but we're just working hard. So.
There he is. Yep, yes sir, it's a hog, Get your pole out of the way. Get him. Yes sir. That about done it right there, buddy. Yep. No, but anyway, he's over a pound, isn't he? Yep. Pound 30. Get in there. That's another one. He's still floating.
Ronnie is showing a technique known as fizzing a fish that releases the air from the crappie's swim bladder, allowing it to stay upright and under the water.
13. Make sure you hold him tight with your fingers, because he'll move. I lift up a scale. Make sure the needle's clean. Basically lift up a scale. Have to pick at it sometimes, but when you get under it, get the angle on the needle, get under the scale, in, straight down. Do you hear it? That's got a little knot to him right there. See the fish? I mean, he's going down now. Sometimes it's hard to get under a scale. Make sure. All right, I'm in it. I usually leave about 3 to 4 seconds. That's about it. See how my fish are all pretty much wanting to stay down now? Got one more left. He's a little one. Help him out right here, right quick. 12-inch fish. Under. Straight down. About 4 seconds. Okay. Makes me feel a little better. Anyway, you know, you start popping fish, really, it's something you need to do while you're practicing, just to feel confident about it. But yeah, I mean, you couldn't be happier with what we put in the boat. Neither one of us, no doubt. It's been a good morning. We had the wind in our favor. Got a storm in our back. We got 7 nice fish in the boat. You know, we could almost go to weigh in right now and be happy. I feel like there's some big fish right here. We probably won't leave this spot till we try to catch that one on the front end, but tickled to death where we're at, and if this storm knocks us out, then so be it. We're looking pretty though. Tickled to death to be where we're at. See what happens.
As a massive storm front moves in on the anglers, who will keep up the momentum from day one and bring home that victory here on Kentucky Lake? Find out as Championship Saturday weigh-ins are coming up next. B&M Poles, the #1 crappie pole company in the world. More tournament wins than any other crappie pole. BNMPoles.com. Abernathy Cycles, an authorized powersport dealership in Union City, Tennessee. The nation's largest Polaris ATV and UTV dealership. Unbelievable selection. New model ATVs, motorcycles, scooters. Experienced staff with over-the-top service, repair, and diagnostics to keep your vehicle running at top performance. 64 years of the best quality service and the best quality products. Abernathy Cycles, proud sponsor of the American Crappie Trail. From the tackle store to your truck, to your boat on the lake, back to the ramp, and all the way home. Angle Coolers have you covered.
As a professional angler, my success is directly related to my preparation. In a tournament, I may cover hundreds of miles of water in one day. That's thousands of miles in a year just getting to the fish. I use Lucas Oil products to ensure my success on the water. Lucas Oil, made in America, sold to the world.
Welcome back to the American Crappie Trail. The storm moved in with heavy rains, thunder, and lightning that sent most anglers seeking shelter. With the lightning past, it's time to hit it hard as they sprint for the finish, looking for those kickers.
Well, we started out today. We knew it was going to be kind of rough. We come under the Paris Landing Bridge. We spiked a wave and took quite a bit of water in the boat, got soaking wet. And so far today, it's been real tough on us. We've caught 3 keeper fish. They're decent fish, but 3's not going to do us any good, but we're hoping that it changes a little bit today. Before it's over, these Strike King jigs and B&M poles, they'll find us 4 more good ones, I guarantee it. We just got to stay at it. We have missed so many fish today. We hadn't been doing that. We caught so many keepers yesterday, we thought that 7 come pretty quick this morning, but one good bed can change everything on Kentucky Lake. It's lots of good fish up here. You just got to get that one bed. Make you go from a 0 to a hero. I'd like that feeling right now.
Yeah.
It would be nice. Oh, quit jumping, Crappie. You ain't much, but you look good right now. Number 4. About a little less than a pound. Said I wasn't going to eat anything today till we caught 7 fish. Looks like I'm on a diet. Well, yeah, we're not trying to just catch fish. We're trying, we're trying to win. We're pretty sure we got a spot that we can go and catch our other 3 fish, but when there you go. Oh, they're just not holding on to it, man. Oh, it's making me sick. That's another real good fish.
Time has wound down for the anglers, and they've had a heck of a day on Kentucky Lake. High winds in pre-fishing hours, massive storm front, scattered rain showers, and a lot of cookie cutter fish. As we head back to Paris Landing, the sun has come out, a little too late for some, but not all. It's time to see who managed to put together the best 2-day wait, taking home their share of more than $67,000.
Unfortunately, the only drawback to the day was that I had problems keeping my fish alive, and it put us on the bank at 12:30.
Yeah, when we come in early and seen them here, I know they's having trouble with their fish too. So we'll see. I'm sure a lot of people are.
It was 12:30 before we caught our 7th fish, and we only caught 9 fish today, but we've been catching a lot of fish every day. We don't know if the storm yesterday or this front that come in today or what messed them up.
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to bring up our top 10, find out who our next champions are going to be right here at Kentucky Lake. They're our Jenko Fishing Pro Staff team. They had 817 yesterday. They're going to need 849 today. Let's bring up Tony Shepard and Mike Shepard. Let's find out what we got, guys. It's a good string. And you got enough. 874 for a 2-day total of 1691. You did it, Big T. Way to go, Mike. All right, coming up next, they had 851 yesterday. You're gonna need 840 today. They do have a 7-fish limit. Our team C and O Marine, Brett Luther and Robert Luther. How you doing, guys? Boys, you did it. 869 for a 2-day total of 1720. First one to break the 1720-pound barrier. Welcome to the lead. All right, we got one left. You guys ready? Let's find out. Let's bring up Ronnie Capps and Steve Coleman. Our leaders from day 1, they had 910. Gonna need 810. Got Luther and Luther. Come on up, guys. You guys ready? We're gonna find out who our Kentucky Lake champion is. You guys ready? Here we go. To the scale we go. Which way is it gonna be? It's gonna be Capps and Coleman. Here we go. You guys did it again. Ronnie Capps, Steve Coleman. 847, 2-day total of 1757. Kentucky Lake champions again. Congratulations, guys.
That wraps up the national qualifier here at Kentucky Lake. The top 10 looks like this, with Tony and Mike Shepard in 3rd, Brett and Robert Luther in 2nd, and for the 2nd time this season, the SuperClean B'n'M team of Ronnie Capps and Steve Coleman take home the win. Tune in next week as the American Crappie Trail returns to the Ouachita River. This dynamic fishery is diverse and accommodates every pattern and technique a crappie angler could ask for. Don't miss the action as things heat up next time on the American Crappie Trail.